Some jobs pay better than others. These well-paid jobs are the real path to wealth, and if you want to be among the richest, it's good to know what those jobs are. That's why in this short video I'm going to tell you what the 5 best paying jobs are and what it takes to have one. The last job even has an almost unlimited ceiling on how much it can earn, so be sure to stay until the end. Sit back and let's get started. Number 5. Investment broker. It is a very interesting job. Investment brokers broker securities trades between investors and the markets, advise on investment strategies and help clients achieve their financial goals through professional portfolio management and monitoring of market trends. They are therefore very knowledgeable about investing and the market in general. Since they help people make more money, they are well paid themselves. The average salary of an investment broker is around $5,000 to $16,000 per month. To become one, you must have at least a bachelor's degree in economics, finance, or a similar field. You must also obtain certifications from the relevant regulatory bodies in your country. For example, in the US it is the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority and in England it is the Financial Conduct Authority. However, this whole process can vary depending on what country you live in. Number 4. Anesthesiologist. An anesthesiologist is a doctor who takes care of anesthesia for patients. Anesthesia is the artificial sleep during which all operations are performed. It is a very important thing and it must be done properly because if the patient wakes up earlier than he should and moves during the operation, then the operation may fail. So the work of the anesthetist is vital. And that's why it's so well paid. The average anesthesiologist's salary is around $10,000 to $34,000 a month, depends on the country and experience. But this salary is only a guide. This all sounds fine, but how do you become an anesthesiologist? It's different in every country, but you definitely need to graduate from high school first, preferably with a gymnasium orientation, but it can be different. Then you have to graduate from medical school, do a specialized course to become an anesthesiologist and practice with another anesthesiologist. The total time after high school before you become a fully fledged and independent anesthesiologist is quite long, just over 10 years. The road to riches in this case is very long. You also need a large initial investment for school expenses in the beginning. So if you want to become a doctor and make a decent income at the same time, an anesthesiologist is a good choice, but don't expect to become a billionaire through this job. That's what the other jobs on this list are for. So let's see what they are. Number 3. Cardiologist. We all know doctors are well paid, but most people don't know they're paid that well. It's not all doctors, it's just a certain group of them. They're cardiologists. Cardiologists specialize in the heart, and since the heart is the most important human organ, whoever operates on it must be really good. Their salary worldwide is roughly between $29,000 and $43,000 a month. To become a cardiologist, just like an anesthesiologist, you have to graduate from medical school. You also have to complete specialty training or a residency program depending on what country you live in. After that you get certified and accumulate some experience. Becoming a full-fledged and independent cardiologist can take 10 to 14 years depending on where you live. But those years are worth the salary. But this profession has more than just financial benefits. In fact, you will be a highly valued person in the eyes of the public. So if you want to save lives and still make a very good salary, this is the job for you. Number 2. CEO of a big company. CEO is short for Chief Executive Officer. It is the highest executive in the company, that is, the highest ranking person in the company except the owners. He or she makes crucial day-to-day decisions, and the whole company depends on him or her. CEOs who earn huge amounts of money are CEOs of big companies. In fact, CEOs can be not only in big companies but also in a startup or a small company. It is quite difficult to say exactly how much CEOs earn in the world, as it depends on what kind of company it is, what country it operates in, etc. The range of how much they earn can be between $84,000 and $800,000 per month, but like the other amounts that have been said, take this as a very rough estimate. Becoming a CEO is quite challenging. It requires a combination of hard work, experience, and even luck. Sometimes it's the founders of a company who are still making money as business owners like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. Unless you want to start your own company to become a CEO, you have to climb the corporate ladder to that position. But it may take you many years and you may not be able to do it at all, because it is very difficult. But if you manage to get this job, you will be pretty rich and will enjoy the title of CEO of the company. Now it's time to look for the job with the highest salary. Number 1. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur isn't exactly a job, but when I made this list I just had to include it. Because as an entrepreneur, you don't have an upper ceiling on how much you can make, you don't work for anyone and you decide what you do. Compared to a job, you are rewarded based on how hard you work. It's a very similar job to being a CEO. The only difference is that as a CEO you are an employee of whoever owns the company, and as an entrepreneur you are the one who owns the company. Usually those who are CEOs are also part owners of the company, so they are entrepreneurs. To say how much entrepreneurs earn on average is impossible, because their salaries can range from zero to billions. Becoming an entrepreneur is even easier than becoming a cardiologist. The hard part is being successful at it. So how do you become an entrepreneur? Depending on what country you live in, you have to find out what legal requirements you have to meet as an entrepreneur. For example, in the US you can become a sole proprietorship or you can form a corporation. In the UK, you can become a sole trader or you can set up a company. It's really important that you find out the specific legislation in your country. Now you may be asking why not everyone is an entrepreneur if it is so profitable. The problem is that as an entrepreneur you have to deal with a huge amount of paperwork and it is very legally complicated. Most people never start because they don't know how to legally handle it and they are afraid of loss. Loss shouldn't be a problem in my opinion, as there are plenty of business models where you need zero or almost no capital. The bigger problem is already with the legalities. But I think it's worth finding out how it works. If you're interested in the work of an entrepreneur, you can watch my video on creating passive income, link in the description. Do not take this video as a 100% reliable source. The highest paying jobs are always changing and may be completely different in a month's time. If you really want to be rich, go for it, and if you are persistent enough you may even get it. The most important thing is to never give up. If you want to continue to educate yourself and find out more about the financial world, there are more videos like this on my channel. If something wasn't clear to you or you want me to do a video on a specific topic, write in the comments. And if you like the video, please give a like to the YouTube algorithm so I can continue making these videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.